Hi, good afternoon guys and girls, Richard G here, hope you're all well and you're enjoying whatever you're vaping on at the moment. I'm going to do a quick review this afternoon for Plume Blue e-cigs, one of their proprietary juices that they make. So these guys make the popular Colonel Boom range, and they recently launched, about a year ago, they launched the Fallstreak range. I'm going to be doing a review. I'm going to do three separate reviews. The first one is for a juice that's called this. So it's Calvus. I've slightly changed the place I'm doing the reviews, a little bit quieter. So I'm hoping that the audio is going to be a bit clearer. So yeah, I'll have a quick toot and I'll go through the setup. Okay, so for this afternoon's review, I'm using my Tesla, my ever faithful Tesla mod, but I'm going to use my my new tank today. Took delivery of this about 4 days ago now, 4 or 5 days ago. It's the OBS Christ Plus. I've got quite a large build in there. I've got 6 wraps of Claptons in there, so I'm really interested to see how this performs with the higher mixed juice. As far as the juice, description of the juice on the website, it's an 80VG this, so it's a bit of a cloud chaser. So it's an 80-20 mix on the VG-PG. On the description of the website, it's fresh, juicy peaches with yoghurt. So that's going to be interesting to kind of explain how the yoghurt differs to any other kind of cream-based vapes. So what I'll do is I'll open up the juice and give you my impressions. It's in the tank, so I've had a vape of it already, but I'll tell you what the overriding flavours are that are coming through. So yeah, it kind of does what it says on the tin. It says a juicy peach, and it's got a little bit of a sour note to it, so I can only assume that that's the yoghurt that's kind of just underpinning that peach flavour. It reminds me of a ski yogurt. You know, the yogurts you can get, the peach flavoured yogurts that you'll buy in the supermarket. It very much reminds me of that smell. So I'm going to see how it vapes. I'm cranking the Tesla. I'm about 80 watts already on this. One thing I've found about this tank is that it does vape very high, and it's a really cool vape as well. Now I've got the top air hole closed. I will open it up, and we'll see how this juice really performs. As a rule, I don't vape high 80-20s. 60-40 is generally enough for me, but we shall see. So I'll put a little bit more juice in. It's a side fill, this one, so it's nice and easy, this tank. Just screw on, make sure I don't spill any. Open the juice holes and we'll give it a go. So, first things first, the vapour production is phenomenal. The vapour production is phenomenal. With it being the slightly higher 80-20 mix, I don't think you get quite a stronger flavour, but what you do get is a nice smooth vape. And I have vaped some of the other Fallstreak ranges in 80-20, and they're very much like that. They're very palatable. They're not harsh. They give nice sensation, and they're nice and smooth to vape. Yeah. So how does this vape? Well, straight away on the inhale, you can taste that peach, and it is a really juicy peach. That you would find in a yoghurt. I mean, that's basically the description on the website is there, and that is underpinned by this creamy yoghurt. Now, I've not vaped many yogurt based juices. Obviously a couple of years ago it was all about custards, and then it was well, before that it was cream, and then it was custards, and then yogurt's made a bit of a trend last year. And I know Lee, in conversations I've had with Lee, he's kind of held off because of various testing issues and source of suppliers as far as yogurt. So he's held off, and he's also held off because of wanting to make sure it's the right kind of yogurt. Now, what this yogurt brings to this juice is that it's a creamy vape, but it's not as rich as you would find in a normal cream based juice. It's very refreshing. That's what that kind of adds to it. So as you're drawing in, you've got that nice peachy, juicy peach flavour, and then as you exhale, that's when you've got them tones of yogurt come through, slight sour tones that come through. Now what I'll do, I'm going to open the air hole up if I don't get fogged out and see what we'll do. I've got the quad coil for this as well, and that is just a proper cloud chucker on that one. So I'll open the air holes up, and what I'll do is I'll crank up the wattage. If you can see that on there, I'll crank the wattage up just to see how far we can push this and see what happens with the vapour. So I might lose you in a second. Now what happens with that, I think, is that often happens when you vape at a higher wattage or voltage, is that the juicy peach element drops, and you get a lot more of the yogurt taste in there. But it's still there. It's still there. It's still very much. So this is a juice that you can really push. You can really push very high. I'm going to whack this up to top. Let's just see what happens. So I'm vaping this at maximum voltage now. So according to all the specs, that's pushing about 160, probably 170 on the ohms that are on there. At the top end, it's performing really well. It's performing really well. It's not smooth, do you know what I mean? You know you're vaping this, the heat is there, but the flavour is still kind of there, and it's obviously got more intense as you get into a higher wattage. Not normally what I would do with vape as high as that, so I'll bring it down to my normal vaping levels. And yeah, now obviously with it being a higher VG percentage on there, you need to make sure that this is going to go through your tank. So some of your smaller atties with smaller juice flow controls, it's maybe not going to go through quite as easy. I've had these going through my Griffin, and I've even had them going through a little Goblin. So yeah, anything smaller than Goblin you may struggle with a bit. So as far as the juice, where you can get it from his website, and also according to the bricks and mortar store in Sheffield, where the guys down there can kind of guide you. Can try before you vape or try before you buy on lots of juices down there. As far as the price for this juice, they sell at $4.99 for 10ml, and just wrote it down here, and $12.99 for 30ml. They're available in 3, 6 and 12 milligrams of nicotine. Obviously all the prices I've talked about, you've obviously got the delivery charges on top of there as well. Lee often makes custom size orders, so if you did want a delivery of a slightly bigger bottle, I'm sure he will kind of help you with that. So I'll have one more too, and I'll say my goodbyes. So until next time guys, happy tooting.